everyone, my name is Tiara Audia, NPM 1916041031 from class regular A, majoring in Public Administration, Faculty of Social and Political Science, University of Lampung. Ethic or morals are one of the most important dimensions in public administration because public administration activities are related to public aims and objectives directed to satisfy public interest or happiness and must be carried out with the right obligation and motive. Public service ethic is a method and guidance for bureaucrats in serving the public by using the listed values and norms in it as well as laws that can regulate behavior so that they are regulated and considered good. The problem now is that the pure public service in Indonesia are caused by human resource factors, which lack ethic in public performance when serving the community. Bureaucrats should understand and practice universal ethical norms as a guide for their behavior. The code of ethics must be considered in every stage of public service, starting from the formulation of service policies, design of service organization structures, to service management in order to achieve the ultimate goal of the service. Burton described the concept of ethics with several meanings, namely habits, custom or moral, and character. The great philosopher Aristotle, said Burton, has used the word ethic in describing moral philosophy, namely the science of what is usually done or the science of custom. Burton also said that in the General Indonesia Dictionary, written by Ruwadaminta, ethic is formulated as the science of moral principles, while in the Big Indonesian Dictionary, Ministry of Education and Culture, 1988, the term ethic is referred to as 1. The knowledge of what is good and bad, and of moral right and obligation. 2. A collection of principles or values relating to morals. And 3. Values regarding right and wrong that a group or society adhere to. According to Prestes, there are 4 approaches, namely 1. The institutional approach, 2. The structural approach, 3. The behavioral approach, and 4. The post-behavioral approach. This time, I will choose one of the several approaches, namely the behavioral approach. The behavioral aspect of public administration can be approached in 2 ways. First, by accepting the notion that behaviorism emerged as a reaction to traditional approaches, so that the scientific value of public administration can be increased. The second considers that behaviorism, understanding behavior, is only a development of traditional approaches. In other words, behaviorism is translated as an approach oriented to the development of scientific management, so that management becomes more scientific. The behavioral approach focuses on the way people behave behave in a real situation and condition in the organization. This approach is a method systematically used by behaviorists to criticize traditional approach because they consider the supporters of the traditional approach to generalize without sufficient evidence. Adherents of behavior no longer emphasize efficiency as the primary goal of the organization because they believe that the organization is a social system. As a social system, every organization contains conflict, cohesion, and interaction. All of these factors must be studied in order to fully understand how an organization works. In this context, the administration must pay attention to all factors of human behavior. As a result, administration is considered a study that has summarized various disciplines, including psychology, social psychology, sociology, and other science. The behavioral approach believes that humans are the prime mover of organized activity. Therefore, an understanding of human behavior will lead us to the essence of administration. Behavioral science, especially psychologists, have contributed greatly to the development of approaches to human behavior. Contributions that have been given are in the form of borrowing theories, technical methods, and orientation. The behavioral approach argues that individual and group efforts to achieve organizational goals are only possible if psychological principles are applied. The interesting thing about the behavioral approach is that on the one hand, there is recognition of human behavior as an identical factor, but on the other hand, it insists on an understanding of human behavior as an essential element of administration. Some scholars propose human relation as an art that every administrator must master. Some describe leadership and administration, which are the same subject matter, while others view administration as a field that is closely related to social psychology. The behavioral approach reveals that importance of the human aspect as the main element of administration. Precisely with this expression, the behavioral approach has made a significant, meaningful contribution to administrative knowledge. The concept of human relation, motivation, and leadership are some examples of the great influence of ethics on the development of administration theory. Nonetheless, there are objections raised to the behavioral approach, namely is the belief that human behavior is inclusive. That's all video of my presentation. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.